My message might be unexpected. What I'm going to talk to you about today is why my business is not for you. And that seems kind of odd to say, right? I rep an activewear line. It is a direct sales company. And a lot of times you will hear from a lot of people, even in other companies like network marketing, direct sales companies, you'll hear a lot of people say, anybody can do it. Why are you saying this to me, Heidi? Why do you think it's not for me? Well, here's a couple of reasons. So there is a lot of dialogue out there about saying, okay, I can post a picture. I'm an activewear rep. I can wear the items. I can post a picture on Instagram and people are gonna buy. It's not what happens. That's not how it works. If you think that's what happens and you think that's all you have to do, then this is probably not for you. The other thing is, if you are someone that doesn't want to get uncomfortable, you don't want to push yourself, you don't want to learn new things, you don't want to maybe put yourself out there, that's all being uncomfortable, right? If you don't want to feel that maybe little turning in your stomach where it's like, oh gosh, this is a little scary, it's probably not for you. If you think that you don't know enough people, that you already know somebody that does something like this, that's maybe lives in your area, or even like lives next door, does like some of the same activities as you do, and you're like, I can't do that. I mean, because I know so-and-so does it. This is probably not for you then. That is a whole mindset thing, and there is an abundance mindset there. There is a huge world, and it's funny because I do have a lot of rep friends. My company's Zaya is based out of Salt Lake City, and I know there's a ton of girls, because that's where it started, that live like they're all around each other, and it does not determine their success at all. So that's something to keep in mind. If you are someone that doesn't like to maybe think out of the box, if you don't want to like maybe try a different method, or maybe like try things for a while and then shift, shift. If you are not someone that wants to do that, this is probably not for you. So I have been a rep with this company for 1.5 years. I am going to admit, so there's some things that I have learned, and some of those things that I just listed that, that could have been me. I started this company actually not really thinking that I wanted to grow a business. I jumped in. I didn't even try the line. I didn't even wear it. I thought it was cool, and I had read a lot about, how the quality was there. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try this. So I really wasn't trying to build a business until maybe 3 or 4 months into it. And I started to think a little harder about it as I went forward. And to be super transparent to you, I have been in another direct sales company, and I love that company, and I love the product, and I still use it, and I will still promote, or I'll still be kind of an ambassador of it. But for me, it wasn't really like my thing, as far as maybe talking about it and getting super excited about it, and really diving in and learning more and more about it so I could teach other people about it. So that's one thing that I think is super important. If you are looking at a company in this direct sales channel, network marketing channel, pick something that you love. Like if you don't love, like if you're not an active person at all, then you shouldn't do this. Like, you want to be able to be someone that is, you don't have to be like I'm in CrossFit. You don't have to be a CrossFitter. You don't have to be a yoga person, but maybe you are like an outdoorsy person and you like to try things, wear things like that. Maybe you're just like a walker. Maybe you're a runner. But you do something, activity, and your health is probably an important part of your life, then it's probably for you. If you are like, your jam is like, you love putting your makeup on and you're good at that and you like to talk about that and share those things, then you should look for a company that's more associated with that. I totally think that you should pick something that you can get excited about and really be confident to talk about. So that's one thing to really remember. When I started, I was with my other company, and then I decided that this company for me fit me more because it just represented, in my head, it represented like fun, activity, fitness. That was my jam. That felt super comfortable for me to be able to do that, talk about that, natural. As I started moving more into that business growth mindset, I knew I had to change a little bit up here. My things that I learned is that my mission really isn't to, you need to find what that is. My mission is really not to just sell someone. My mission is to serve, empower people in a direction that fits them. And that can be buying a pair of leggings, that can be finding a business for them. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be my customer or my team member, but I have that mindset in my head all the time. So it's more of a servant mindset. And so that is something, if you aren't willing to maybe think about what's your mission, kind of grow the personal development. If you're not really willing to do that, then this business is hard. I'm an introvert, introverted extrovert, whatever you want to call it. But I don't make that label. I don't let that label hold me back. I love being with people. I love talking one-on-one. I love meeting new people. I love that. But I do love being home, and being by myself is great. So the idea of really making sure that I am involved in a community, and then also with my own team, creating a tribe, and where we can inspire each other, where we can teach each other, where we can root each other on, and just be friends and work this together. That whole mentality is something that I've learned over my time here, and it's something special. So if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to be in that kind of tribe, then it's probably not for you. But I also want to let you know that I have a wide gamut of people that I know that do this business, a wide type of personality and age that decided that this was for them. And half of my team is, I'm 51. Half of my team is, I think, maybe 40% is 50 plus. I have some 40s, 30s. We're all over the place is my point. So if you're somebody that is maybe in my age category and you think that, hey, I'm out. I don't know how to do this social media stuff. I don't know how to put myself out there. I am not that person. If you think that, you're right. But I'll tell you what, I've figured it out. And it's been such a cool outlet because I've been able to connect with so many different people and so many different ages. So it's super cool that way. I am not making six figures right now, but I will be. I had a slow start. So I have people on my team that are going to be doing the same thing. And I think that's super exciting. you can look at this as something that you maybe want to just, hey, I want to just earn a couple $100 a month. That's great. Maybe you are someone that says, hey, I would like to have this take over my full-time job. That's awesome too. Those are all possible because I've seen it. I am living that progression, and I can help people that want to be helped to do the same thing. So here is my very last point to you. If you are someone that thinks that this type of, network marketing, direct sales is not something that you want to talk about, like you're gonna be afraid to even, put yourself out there, then I would say this is not for you. I personally think that this type of channel is awesome. The reason I think so is because you can learn a business as you are in the business. You can own your own business. It's like your own little franchise as you learn. And your investment is like very minimal. Where if you were owning a brick and mortar store, your investment would be thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you should know what you're doing before you open that store, right? This is a way I have been learning this whole time and earning at the same time. So if you think that's cool, if you think this whole platform is awesome, then it's for you. But if it's like, I'm not gonna talk about this and I'm afraid what people are gonna say, then I would not do this. So, and I do also think it's interesting because when I was in my corporate job, so I worked for different sales and marketing. I was in the hunting industry selling decoys. We did good. People would get incentivized. I was in also in a trade show industry and worked for Freeman, and they were a big trade show company. If people did well, you would get a bonus. So the stigma of people that are in direct sales and thinking that like, okay, we're gonna build this, we're gonna grow this, and we're gonna have team members and we're gonna help them grow, and people think that that's not appropriate. I've lived that in the corporate world as well. So that's somebody else's mindset, and if that's yours, then this is not for you. If you are watching this and it is December 4th today. If you are watching this and it's not December 5th yet, the company right now has put on a promotion that has deeply discounted the enrollment to get started. So you can start your own business. It's typically $395. If you enroll before December 5th, it is $200 off. And that's a pretty big discount. So if this is something that you've been thinking about and that activewear is something that fits you and you can get excited about that, and you aren't the person of all the other things that I mentioned, then this is probably the time to get going. And again, this promotion, so now it's only $195 to get going. This promotion ends tomorrow. That's December 5th. If you're watching this after that date, we can still get started, and it's still a minimal risk investment to get going. Before December 5th, this is kind of a cool time to start too.